everyone, welcome to my very first plan with me video where I'm setting up the next month's theme in my bullet journal. This month my theme is tea. I'm very stereotypically British and I drink a lot of tea, and when I say I drink a lot of tea I honestly mean about 10 cups of tea a day, which is why I wanted to do a theme around tea because I love it so much and drink way too much. Okay, so on the first page I decided to write a quote by an English playwright named Arthur Wing Pinero that says, "Where there's tea, there's hope." I really like this quote because no matter how bad my day's been, I always feel cheered up by a good cup of tea. I've written tea in a serif bubble font and the rest of the phrase is in joined up cursive writing. Underneath the quote I've drawn a big cup of tea. Now I didn't actually have a pen that was tea shaded or not the type of shade of tea I drink, so I've just decided to leave that white, but I've coloured in the cup in a lilac colour. I went back to the quotes to outline the word tea, and after that I went over the rest of the quotes with a light grey Tombow brush pen. I think it helped it stand out a little more on the page and I liked how it turned out. On the second page I am setting up my to-do list, though I've thrown in a cheesy joke and named it my TD list. I've written it in a cursive font and then I've set up my bullet points as tea bags, and then as I complete things off my to-do list through the month I will colour them in. I've then gone over the title on this page with a pastel colour. Again, I just think this looks really soft and pretty. On the next two pages I am setting up my calendar layout for the month. I only started using a monthly layout calendar last month and I really enjoyed using it, so I thought I would use one again in this month's setup. I know that I'm writing the calendar out in a weird way, and the reason why I did that is to try and avoid smudging because I've had smudging in the past and it's really annoying. I then set up boxes on the left hand side. One is for my monthly goal, one is for YouTube goals, and the third is for Instagram goals. This quote that I'm doing at the bottom is a quote by Moby. It says, "I like tea and yoga, but I don't do yoga," which is very true. I wrote my eyes in a bit of a weird way because someone once commented that my eyes look like Z's. So I tried to change it this time and they look like 7, so it came out even worse. But after I filmed this video I went back in and kind of added ends to the eyes so that they looked more like eyes. I then wrote out June again in a cursive font to make the layout quite soft. I then coloured in the boxes of my goals boxes and gave everything a pastel drop shadow, mixing and matching the colours I'm using, but I'm using pastels for all of the boxes. I've then set up simple headers for each day. It's just quite an easy layout, and then I went over the top of them, again a soft cursive font, and I just think this looks quite nice. So I went back to complete the boxes on the left hand side, and when I was doing this I realised that I didn't actually know the Instagram logo off the top of my head, so I just made an attempt to guess what it looked like from memory and I got it really, really wrong. If you compare what I drew to the actual Instagram logo, you'll see how bad it went. But hey ho, I know what it means. And of course, because the monthly theme is tea, I've had to draw something tea related in here. so I drew a little teapots at the bottom of my calendar next to the quotes. Next, I'm setting up my monthly habit tracker. I've decided to do little boxes kind of in the shape of the monthly calendar. I've really liked using this layout in the past. I found it's what works for me personally. I like the fact that when I fill it in, I can see trends in when I'm most productive and when I'm not. Yes, that did bug me having the mistake there. I decided to leave it because sometimes when I go to correct errors, I end up making more of a mess of it. So I thought it's not too bad, I'll just leave it. At the bottom of the page, I've included a quote by Kakuzo Okakukura. Sorry if I've mispronounced that name. I'm learning Japanese as well, so I should hopefully learn how to pronounce things like this correctly. This quote says, "Tea is a religion of the art of life." Basically, tea is amazing. I then finished my boxes. Again, at the top, I've written the title of the page in a cursive font, kind of a laid back, loose font. Similarly to my calendar set out, I have added drop shadows in a pastel shade to each of the boxes, and I've kind of mixed and matched what I've done there. I've then gone over the title and the quotes in a soft pastel colour just to finish it off. On the top left hand side, I have added the habits that I'm going to be tracking, and then as I go through the month, I will just either add a cross or colour in the box for each day that I've completed that task or habits. I realised that I only had 7 habits in mind, so I've left that one there so that I can come back and add something to there if I want to add a habit later in the month. Next, I'm adding my mood tracker. I thought I would do another kind of serif font, similarly to how I wrote the T in the beginning page on the title page. This month I've decided to doodle my mood rather than colour in. I did something similar in May and I really enjoyed doodling rather than colouring in. I don't know, I just found I was more engaged doodling something every evening rather than just colouring in. And obviously everything I doodle will correspond to a mood. I then went in and went over the title in a soft yellow and coloured in the doodles in different pastel colours. I haven't included a weekly spread in this video, and the reason why is because I only use weekly setups to actually journal in my journal, and I don't use it as a to-do list or a tracker in any form, so it's not particularly exciting. I tend to do it as I go along. Here is a quick flick through of my final setup. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to give it a like and subscribe.